little behind the scenes action, me just cleaning the GoPro. But we're back. We got the lost GoPro, found it thanks to the guys up at Triple X who found it and sent it down to me. Much appreciated. Now we get to make a video out of it. Here we are, night one, qualifying at Trophy Cup. Ooh, a little bit too much oil. Actually, no. Fun fact, the first night at Trophy Cup, I fired it up. I don't usually fire my cars because I say that I build them right. And sure shit, I go to the biggest 360 race of the year, dropping the motor, and it's leaking oil all over the place, and Pombo tells me to kill it, take off the hood. Didn't put on the oil pressure gauge, didn't put it on tight enough. And yeah, so a little bit of oil everywhere, a little smoke, but it was good for the rest of the weekend. We built the rest of the car right, just not the oil gauge. But night one qualifying, we went out really late in this group, and I feel like a 7th wasn't too bad. I do notice here at the end that I could have ripped the top a little bit harder into one, but now it's heat race time. Terrible start. I definitely noted that for the next start. It looked like the bottom was greasy and a lane off of it was going to be better. Chose the wrong lane. You could definitely get all the way up in it, but now it's go time. We got to beat Sunshine. That's the name of the game in this heat race with Trophy Cup, so I'm just driving the shit out of it. Rip around Bubba. Bubba barely gives me a lane, but I 100% committed. I feel like that was one of the crazy things that made my Trophy Cup good, was that no matter what the move was, I 100% committed. Win it or wear it, that's just Trophy Cup. I had a spare car, and I had a bunch of spare parts, and this is the race to use them. So I barely got into Sunshine right there. Sorry about that, but yeah, it's Trophy Cup. Now back to just going 110% every single lap. Yellow, that actually really helped me, because now on this restart, get a good angle, get the car postured right, hit the grip on the very bottom. Still not the best start, but way better than the first one. Get back up there, pound the top, get the momentum up. That's the name of the game at Tulare. I definitely remember this in my cockpit, and DJ throws another slider right here just after he lost momentum, and that ruined it. So now I'm pretty much a shark in the water, and I smell blood. So even though I'm 10 years back, we're going to throw a bomb. His momentum's ruined. I have more speed. I can generate more speed going to the corner, so screw it. And then Gage, watch closely. Lift. Boom. Don't get your left front ran over. Yeah. So DJ kind of does that move to me, but I'm very aware I'm watching his right rear the whole time. And once I see him jump up at the last second, I feel like that's kind of a respect thing in wing racing. You kind of give him the lane, and in the last second you jump up. But I mean, if I was DJ, I would have done the same thing, and I was watching it. And once he did that, I knew his corner was compromised, so I just kind of hit a big diamond line to get as much momentum to beat him to the end of the corner. It's no longer about just trying to pass him in the long run. You got to beat him off the corner. You're not going to beat him down the straightaway. He has more speed, so kill his momentum, and then I'm in second. I have more points. The way to get out of these heat races at Trophy Cups is I got to put Sunshine one spot in between us. So I had to get him in order to go straight to the main event, and I feel like this was a really good chance. Now we're just plugging laps as hard as I can, driving the shit out of it, driving it up against the fence. This is probably the most fun racetrack here in California. You're just wide open around the top with the 360, and it's a little sketchy because if you lay up into the curb a little too hard or too wrong, you're going to get tight, and you don't have the 410 to really pull you out of it. So it's definitely unique with the 360, but man, it's fun. Now we're second high point guy going into the feature. We're starting 11th, I believe, and Justin's on the outside of me. I walked the track, and I thought running the bottom was going to be the best option, and it actually was on this start. Like, I'm pull back even with Justin. I go back down to the bottom again, and there's grip, but it's still just a little greasy, and the top has a lot of momentum. And then boom, we get a massive run, and I'm pretty sure there's a yellow right there, and that ruined our bottom off the restart tactic, because now the top's already blown off. All the guys in the front are running it, and it's not going to be as good on the next restart. But I do commit to it again, but the GoPro actually died. So yeah, we're back to a single file restart. Yep, same, just running the bottom again. Hopefully the top's not blown off, but it's not. Justin yards me right there, so if I'm using my thinking cap, oh yeah. Shiramani blows around me too. Yeah, we're definitely throwing a slider. We got to get up to the top. Ooh, that hurt us not getting by him right there. Probably, if I could run this race back, I would definitely, on this second restart, I would just run the top right off the rip, even though it's slower, or just at least throw a slider, maybe a short slider on Justin, try and ruin his momentum so that way he's got to race with the guys behind me like I'm doing right now with Shiramonte. Ooh, man, that was close. That was a little sketchy and a little too close for comfort, but now he slid. I should have probably known the slider was coming right there, recalled the corner a little bit sooner, and had the diamond down the backstretch, because that's way too fast. And then you don't even have to block the slider if you do that at Tulare. But now it's no longer about just trying to be fast. I got to put him behind me and kill his momentum. So he kind of did that with me in 1 and 2. So I kind of dart down a little bit off the curb just to kind of fake him out, and hopefully I can just pound around him right here. Doesn't throw a slider because I think I killed his momentum too much, and now it's back to Tulare, just trying to plug the corner as hard as you can. You want to get up as high as you can on entry right there. And the first night, I wasn't running it all the way around hard enough I wanted to. Pombo, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I see it now that I'm watching it. In the exit of 2, there's kind of a ramp. And if you get your right rear up on it, it's just more speed down the backstretch. And the backstretch is so critical here. If you can get down the backstretch, you're going to be so much faster than all the other cars. But it's not like I'm not up on it. Like, I'm up on it here in 3 and 4 too. But you can just get up on it a little bit more all the way around. Maybe slow it down a little bit on entry so that way you can rip it all the way around the whole entire corner. But, man, when you're doing this that close to the wall, it's a lot going on. I mean, you're on and off the gas, you're on the brake, you see the wall coming up and you're trying to gauge it, so you ramp up the gas because it's a 360, so you kind of got to time it right so you can ramp up it and not get tight. It's so much fun. But I do wish one thing I wish we could have had this Trophy Cup was a little bit more bottom. The bottom was just, I don't think that the bottom was slow, but years prior in Trophy Cup, there's never been a curb all the way around 1 and 2. Like this year, there was a curb all the way around both corners, which is fun. I'm here for it. But it just makes it so fast where years past, the center off of 2 was just dust. So the backstretch was so much more critical. You weren't able to carry as much speed. You could blast it in there, but if you hit the curb, there was no curb. It was just the wall coming off of 2. So it wasn't as quick, but yeah, I mean, the racetrack's the same for everyone, so you got to run it. Man, oh, I lost my brakes in this feature. I started to lose them, I'm pretty sure, on this long green flag run because I was burying my foot in it. Ooh, yeah, even my left front's, ooh, yeah. My left front's going pretty big, and you can see why. I'm pretty sure at this point I've lost brakes completely, and I was babying it, and then Ashton passed me, and we just can't have that because we're points racing, and every spot loss is not good. We're trying to hold on to second high in points coming out of this feature, so, ooh, yeah, right there. See how I kind of hiccuped on the curb right there? That's because I was finally hitting it and up against it, and once I got racing with Ashton, I don't know, something about me just said, like, hey, you got to pound it more. So now I'm just looking for places to plug it. And I'm good on entry, but I think I could stand on it a little bit more from the center and just carry more speed out. Because you can kind of abuse the wall coming off it, too. I definitely abused it the final night. It was a little too close for comfort there, too, in the final night heat race. I was trying to get Dylan. I mean, you guys will see it. I already watched it back, so now I'm just talking over it. But I feel like I've been talking for a while, and this feature is going to go on, so yeah, let's just cut it. We'll go to the next night. This sucks. Couple wise words from the great Pombino right there. Second night, quick time. This is my favorite, like, track state of Tulare, I guess you could say, is pound the top in 1 and 2, because I feel a lot more comfortable in 1 and 2. I don't know why, but like in these early stages, I feel like I could just run it wide open. But this, I grew up watching Willie Croft do this line and kind of open up his corner and just, I remember watching it from those turn 1 grandstands. Just pull the left board down and keep the left board down all the way around the whole entire corner, and it's fast. I watched him rip quick time one year in the Redeem car, and I don't know, something about before I went out for this, I was like, oh, I got this. I've seen Willie do it. I think I can do it. And it worked. That's one of my favorite lines to run at Tulare, even in the feature. Like if you're battling with the guy, I did it with DJ first night in the heat race. I love it. Now here, trying to position ourselves good for starting 6th. We are the high point guys, so we don't have to beat the guy in 5th by 1, which I think it was Corey. We just have to beat him. We just have to be in front of him. So right off the rip, let's get some cars in between us. Let's throw a big slider. I had the top. I had the positioning to kind of come down the track and come with the banking to gather momentum going into the first corner since momentum's so big. We also did a couple things to my car to make these starts better for me. Right here, I really hurt myself. I should have known that the backstretch grip should have propelled me past JA a lot more than in my head. Right there, I was running defensive. I was thinking about JA when I should have just known that hitting the backstretch grip. So I cost myself, oh, never mind. I thought he slid me back. I guess not. So, but now if I could run it back, I wouldn't have done that. Just get right up to the top and try and catch Willie, because you got to be on the hunt here constantly at Trophy Cup, just wanting more and more spots. So now, back to the basics of Tulare. Try to plug it as hard as you can on entry and just get up in it and smack it. Pombo, you see that? Pombo ripped my ass the first night, so now I'm plugging it off at 2. I'm over it. I don't want to hear that from him anymore. So now I'm just constantly just looking for spots to blast the curb. Right now I'm high point guy, and I want more spots because I want to solidify my spot as the high point guy going into the feature, because the more points you have, the better you're going to be in the final night. So, and that's what really matters, is the final night. But here, man, this shit's crazy. This is the most badass racing I think you could ever ask for. And then really thank you so much for pulling off the line. That was awesome. But here, coming up on the restart, yet again, I kind of noticed under yellow that there was that grip stretch right there underneath my left front. So I'm hoping that I can hit it and blow by Colby, because a 6-1 would be badass. And I'm pretty sure it pays like extra $500. So off the restart, hey, might as well throw the slider even if it doesn't stick. Colby got bound up on the curb. I feel like if I would have committed just a little bit more, I would have put him in a pickle and hopefully not wreck. Hopefully he lifts and then we just get to race it out, and that would be kind of sick for the 6-1 in a heat race. But now he's kind of back out in front, so I'm just accepting fate. But I'm still trying to feel out the car, trying to plug it off at 2 so Pombo doesn't yell at me. And 3 and 4 is really tricky right now. Like, I'm off the gas a lot. I'm feathering it really hard. You drive it in hard, but then from the second your wing board lays over really hard and you kind of have a feel for it, you're on and off the gas just trying to control the pitch of the wing, or at least that's how I drive, and that's when I feel the most comfortable. And it feels slow running the 360 around the top. Like, whenever I'm doing that and I'm lifting so much, I'm like, man, I could drive it way harder. But you're staying with the guys in front of you, and everyone's kind of doing the same speed, so you're like, I guess this is how everyone's doing it. Now, final night heat race. This is the one. This is how you solidify yourself into the final night feature. So Levi squeezes me really hard right there. I'm just trying to stay in my own lane and finish this heat race, but the car stuck through the middle. My pre-plan going into this was, I don't know, run the top, run the bottom. If they give me a lane, they gave me a lane in the middle, and I know I've said this a lot in my videos. Sometimes you're the freaking hero for running the middle off of restart, and then sometimes you're like me in the final night or both night features of Trophy Cup. You bomb the middle on a restart, and the top and bottom are just so much better, and guys drive away from you, and then you get passed by 2 cars. But that right there is why you try it every time. If you don't try it, you never get the sweetest fruit is always out on a limb, is how I like to look at it. Might as well swing. Shoot or shoot. But now we are plugging the thing, because I want the 6-1. I want high point guy. So I am trying to drive it in so much harder than Dylan. And right there, I feel like you can see it visibly. Even though the mud's blocking most of the view, you can kind of see how much I catch Dylan on the entry to 1. We kind of stay even down the whole backstretch, and even right here. I feel like that's a lot of dirty air, but you can really see it right there where I drive it in a lot harder. And I'm not too happy because I feel like I'm not catching him for how hard I'm driving it. So in my helmet, I'm like, screw it, drive it harder. Might as well go for it. So drive it in even harder right here. Get a little tight, and then, trying to get as close as you can to the wall to get all the grip up on the backstretch, because right now it's like old Tulare. There's just no grip. So any grip you can have, blister those tires, hold the thing wide open, drive the shit out of it. Right here, plug it real nice and hard, and yeah. So in my head, I did that, and I have the audacity to go into the next corner and say, well, it got tight, so that just means I could drive it harder. If I hold my foot into hold it to the floorboard a little bit harder, I mean, you're gonna go better. So right there, I kind of cheated it. That was not cool at all. I'm pretty sure it's the next lap. I'd say screw this. I'm going to drive it in as hard as I can. Dylan's pulling away from me at this point. We might as well try, see what the race car's got. And yeah, I thought I was throwing it away right here. But nope, hold it wide open. Bam, smack the wall. There's got to only be 1 lap left. And luckier than not, they throw the white flag right here. I was very thankful for that. That was the only thing that went through my head right there as I plugged the fence. So now we can just kind of take it cool, calm, and collected. Bring it home, and yeah, Trophy Cup, 2K24. It was a good one. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next video. We're going to Vado Valley Speedway this weekend in New Mexico, and should be fun.